New challenge in boxing of Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue is already widely regarded as one of the most talented boxers in the world, with a record of 21 wins and 0 losses, and an impressive 18 of those wins coming by knockout. However, there are several challenges he could pursue in order to continue to push himself and cement his legacy as one of the all-time greats in boxing. One potential challenge for Inoue would be to move up in weight class. Inoue is currently the unified bantamweight champion, but he could consider moving up to the super bantamweight or featherweight divisions in order to take on some of the top fighters in those weight classes. This would be a significant challenge for Inoue, as he would be facing opponents who are likely to be bigger and stronger than his previous opponents in the bantamweight division. Another challenge for Inoue would be to attempt to unify the titles in a different weight class. Inoue has already unified the bantamweight division, but there are other weight classes where he could attempt to do the same. For example, he could attempt to unify the super bantamweight or featherweight divisions by fighting against the other champions in those weight classes. This would be a significant challenge, as it would require Inoue to defeat multiple top-level opponents in order to become the undisputed champion in a new weight class. In addition to these challenges, Inoue could also consider taking on one of the other pound-for-pound greats in the sport. There are several other boxers who are widely considered to be among the best in the world, such as Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, and Vasily Lomachenko. Fighting against one of these fighters would be a major challenge for Inoue, as it would require him to step up and compete at an even higher level than he already has. Finally, Inoue could also attempt to break some all-time records in boxing. For example, he could aim to surpass Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s record of 50-0, or try to break Rocky Marciano's record of being the only heavyweight champion to retire undefeated. These records would be extremely difficult to break, but if Inoue were able to do so, it would be a significant accomplishment and would further cement his legacy as one of the all-time greats in the sport. Future of Naoya Inoue in boxing career. Naoya Inoue has already achieved a great deal of success in his career, with an undefeated record of 21 wins and 0 losses, and a reputation as one of the most talented boxers in the world. However, there are still many challenges and opportunities that he could pursue in the future in order to solidify his legacy as one of the all-time greats in the sport. One possible scenario for Inoue's future is that he will continue to dominate the bantamweight division and defend his titles against top-level opponents. Inoue has already shown that he is capable of defeating some of the best fighters in the division, such as Naoya Inoue. If he continues to compete at this level, he could establish himself as one of the greatest bantamweight champions of all time. However, there are also potential challenges and risks that could arise for Inoue in the future. One potential challenge is that he could struggle to find new opponents at the bantamweight level who are willing to face him. Inoue has already defeated many of the top contenders in the division, and it may become increasingly difficult for him to find opponents who pose a significant challenge. Another possibility for Inoue's future is that he will move up in weight class and take on new challenges in the super bantamweight or featherweight divisions. Inoue has already expressed an interest in moving up in weight, and this could provide him with new opportunities to test his skills against top-level opponents. If he is able to replicate his success at a higher weight class, he could establish himself as one of the best boxers of his generation and compete for pound supremacy. However, moving up in weight class also presents its own set of challenges. Inoue would be facing opponents who are likely to be bigger and stronger than his previous opponents in the bantamweight division, and he would need to adjust his style of fighting to account for these differences. In addition, there may be fewer opportunities for Inoue to unify titles in the higher weight classes, which could limit his ability to establish himself as a dominant force in the sport. Overall, there are many potential paths that Naoya Inoue's career could take in the future. Whether he chooses to continue dominating the bantamweight division, move up in weight class to take on new challenges, or pursue other opportunities in the sport of boxing, it seems likely that he will continue to be a major force in the sport for many years to come. Thank you for watching.